This morning on a special edition of The Dish, food with ancient origins helping women lead modern lives. And for that, we go to the Middle East, to the nation of Jordan. That's where cooking school owner Maria Haddad Hanania is keeping her grandmother's favorite recipes alive by teaching eager guests how to prepare them, all while helping local women join the workforce and become more independent.
Every one of you is making their own pot.
I want you to add just enough to cover that hole. I want it to be like a nice creamy texture.
This is actually my grandmother's house.
And in Arabic, grandmother's house means Beit City.
Did you all taste the tahini?
And when she passed away, we decided we wanted to do exactly what she used to do and teach guests the dishes that she used to teach us.
So what we're gonna do here is the recipe for hummus. This is my favorite recipe.
And it's here that Maria Haddad Hanania teaches people from around the world how to cook a traditional four-course Jordanian meal.
Who wants to make dessert?
Let's go through the recipes here. Your grandmother's recipe.
Yes.
What are some of her favorites?
The maqlube. And maqlube literally translated means flipped upside down. It's actually a pot that you make with rice and meat, sometimes chicken, sometimes fish. It's a pot that was prepared by farmers a long time ago using leftover ingredients.
Today we're making it with eggplants and cauliflowers because they are in season.
These recipes are some of Haddad Hanania's earliest food memories, learned right here in her grandmother's kitchen.
My mom didn't know what to do with us. She had to go to work, and so she would bring us here, and my grandmother would put us to work to prepare lunch, you know? A lot of women used to think that it was shameful to work.
But your mother worked.
Exactly. What my grandmother always used to say was there is no such thing. It's actually shameful if you're not working.
But Jordan's a country where women are not always welcome in the workforce. The World Bank estimates just 22% of women participate in the labor force, compared with 87% of men.
I'm very happy to say that we are all a women's and all-women's team. Woohoo!
It's a living that's transformed the lives of Amreem Amal and Majida Mohammed.
So you feel empowered.
نعم yes بقدر أشتغل أعتمد على
It gives me freedom, Mohammed says, to build my own home and to be more financially independent, and also help other people in my situation. Hala Marisweed has taught at Beit City for 3 years.
بحب الطبخ.
I love cooking, she says. I love teaching people how to cook, and I love cooking something that is from my own culture.
تراثي من سوريا.
Marisweed is Syrian, one of the many displaced during the Civil War.
What happens when you engage with people, who are not from here?
I learn from them, she says. I take a lot of good, beautiful things from them, and we learn from each other. That's true for Australian tourists Leanne Tully and Cynthia Robinson.
This is the first time we've seen women out working. In all the hotels we've been to, it's men, which is good for their economy, but we're wondering where all the women were.
Now let's talk about how we boil chicken. Beit City is great because it breaks the barrier, so it opens up this platform of communication with the cooks where they ask them if they're about the hijab and about their religion. Nobody really is able to answer these questions unless you talk to a local.
Among Haddad Hanania's guests, the country's most famous supporter of gender equality, Queen Rania of Jordan. On her birthday back in 2015, the Queen treated a group of 40 orphans to a cooking class.
First of all, Queen Rania, the way she portrays Arab women is very impressive because a lot of people in the West, they don't know what Jordanian women are. You know, they think that because they're wearing veils, they're, stepped on by their husbands, they get told what to do. But this is not actually what the real deal is.
Still, some women who have worked here have faced struggles at home.
One woman was abused by her husband, and when she came here, her self-esteem was shot, it was very hard to bring her back up. And the second she starts giving classes to these men who are very interested in hearing what she has to say, she automatically, her self-esteem is boosted, and you really see a different woman.
And that kind of cultural exchange can make all the difference.
I'm so passionate about what I do, I don't feel like it's work.
Are you ready? Yes. Now tap on your push.
It's so pleasant sitting with the guests when they come at the end of the meal, because at first it's always awkward when you meet people. It's hard to break this barrier.
There you Very nice. Perfect.
And the second you start cooking with them, automatically you become friends. You have a shared interest no matter what. All right, back to work. Now you work on your salad. Hala? And they're always in a good mood, right? Because they're traveling.
And they're eating.
And they're eating. They're never hangry, right? Is that the word where you're like angry and hungry?
Hangry, yes. Okay, so here's Tubate City. Cheers, everybody.
I know we have two hangry anchors here. Yeah. They didn't get any food.
Preventing hanger may be the key to life.
Yeah, it is. And Jordan's
Such an interesting story she had.
It is. She really exposes the intricacies and certainly the range of woman in Jordan, because it is all over the map. And it really is a place where there's a lot of cultural exchange, but oftentimes women don't get to participate in much of it.
Amazing, too, what giving someone the confidence with that by cooking.
Oh,
she talked about the woman who
absolutely.
came in there without some of it. Good stuff.